scoring in the 20s himself. He has to, night in and night out, take the best athlete on the other team. Yet he is still playing hard, and you can say the rest for Francis and Thomas and Walt Williams and Olajuwon. This is a good young team. I'm impressed by their attitude and their professionalism as they go out every night. And they can only learn from that. It'll make you tougher, I'll tell you that. And the Raptors win the tip, and Doug Christie will start the action. I thought Butch Carter, one of the good things he did was take Christie and move him to point guard. There's Vince putting it up. He missed it. Ball tipped up. McGrady got the rebound. McGrady with a putback.
Okay,
McGrady.
Now you're looking at a lot of athleticism. So when the Rockets going to face players like McGrady and Carter that can really jump, they're going to have to put some bodies on these youngsters. Don't try to jump with them.
Francis, they're double teaming him now. Kenny Thomas had the ball, lost it. Doug Christie in the open court looking around. He'll stop from 15 and hit.
Now notice what a lot of the teams are doing that we see now. They're using that middle distance shot as a weapon against the Rockets. Doug Christie had a chance to go to the basket. He let them take a 15-foot jump shot and scores.
Walt Williams drops it down to Olajuwon. He's working on John Thomas inside. Spun him one way, got him back the other. And Oakley with the missed shot gets the rebound. Vince Carter will bring it up. Carter will stop. Hits a three. Vince Carter, well, he was the winner, of course, of the NBA Slam Dunk Contest, and that's what everybody was talking about. But, boy, you talk about improving his overall game. He has become a great three-point shooter also from the outside. There's not a weakness in his game right now, and Rudy wants to call. Let's take a look at Vince Carter, and it's how much you improve in facets of your game in the offseason. And he wasn't that good an outside shooter last season, but he came back this year, and, boy, he has improved from the outside.
Well, he's becoming the man. And when you become the man, the defense gears up against you. So you've got to improve your game.
Steve Francis says, hey, I'm the man, too. And he takes it right in on Christie and draws the foul. And Steve will shoot.
Well, you know, with the way the Rockets play a lot of offensive sets, they play a lot of one-on-one. The Rockets have got to have, first of all, good spacing so that they have room to operate. And number two, they've got to always go to the basket with the penetrator just in case you get a double team. You can find out where the double team's coming from and deliver the ball to that teammate.
You're worried where the boos are coming from. Let me remind you, of course, that Vancouver drafted him #1. He said he didn't want to play there. And that's how the Rockets were able to come up with Steve Francis in a trade. Now, this is Toronto, but it's still Canada.
Yeah, but Vancouver hates Toronto. And Toronto hates Vancouver with the competition. So what's the, you know, mind their own business.
There wasn't a lot of boos, just a few.
Mind their own business.
Christie out front now. Francis picks him up. Alley-oop inside to McGrady, and Shannon was waiting for it. Good defensive play by Anderson.
Not only was he waiting for it, but he pushed McGrady underneath the backboard.
Olajuwon trying to post up. John Thomas out of the University of Minnesota behind him. Steve puts it up, and he hits a three.
Yeah, now boo that. Y'all so bad, boo that.
Well, remember when they were booing him in Vancouver, remember what he did?
He went off.
He went off for a career high against Vancouver. Christie got a little elbow in on Stevie. Doug Christie, you know, there were rumors a couple of months ago that Butch Carter was really in look of a point guard. He needed a point guard badly. Well, he had one on his bench. He just had to move him there. He moved Christie to point, put McGrady at the 2 guard, and they've taken off.
Well, see, that's not too good for Muggsy Bogues, who's on the team, and that's his only job is to be a point guard. So if Butch is looking for one, that doesn't say much for Muggsy's career right now.
Well, he's very complimentary. There's a block by Olajuwon. Here's Francis in the open court, gets Anderson into it, and Shannon walks it in for 2. Well, he was very complimentary of Muggsy Bogues. He said Muggsy, though is not a full-time player, but he is a big part of this Raptor team coming off that bench. But Christie has really played well at the point position.
Yeah, well, give him credit, and he's sitting on the bench, 2 different things.
Rebound as Christie takes it away from Thomas. They get it around to Carter, puts up his second 3, misses this time, and Olajuwon tips it over on the offensive glass. Christie puts up a 3, he misses. Finally, the Rockets get the rebound. You know, with Christie, that's a big backcourt, isn't it, with McGrady and Christie?
Extremely large backcourt.
6'6" and 6'8", and Akeem couldn't catch that one. Olajuwon very popular in Canada, of course. He said time and again that Vancouver and Toronto are two of his favorite cities. So where Steve may not be so popular in Canada, Olajuwon certainly is. 2-point game just underway. Christie backed it in, back outside to Carter now. Oakley with an 18-footer. He can take those all day if he likes.
Well, it's interesting. The Rockets is keeping the Toronto team on the perimeter right now, and the only one that scored from there was Vince Carter early with that first three.
Toronto averaging about 98 points a game, good for number 11 in the league. The Rockets just below 98 a game. Shandon Anderson got Carter up in the air. Great play by Shandon. So Anderson with 4, Francis with 5. That's all 9 of Houston's points by the backcourt, and we are tied at 9. Carter jumps outside. Walt's a little late getting there. Misses the shot. Kenny Thomas goes high for the rebound. McGrady on Francis. Ought to be something to see here. Francis gets him going one way, falls back with a shot short, and Thomas with the rebound.
Now the beauty of Toronto's defense is everybody's the same height, so they can switch and not lose anything in the translation.
That's a good point. When 6'6" is your smallest guy. Back outside to Oakley from the wing. Oh, what an ugly shot.
Tell me how you really feel, Bill Warrell.
Boy, on the radar, that looked like something going down. There's Walt Williams on the layup, and the Rockets have taken the lead by 2, 11-9. 7 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Vince Carter taking it down low inside, and good defense. Francis knocks it away. In the open court, they go pick him up. Hook pass to Walt Williams, lays it up for 2, and the Rockets are on a run. 13-9. Rockets have outscored Toronto 13-2, and now the Raptors will call a timeout. We'll be back after this word from Southwest Airlines.
Setting them off because they, number one, as I said earlier, they've been keeping them on the perimeter, and when they do go to the basket, they're giving support.
It's Carter from the outside, and he fills it up. Vince Carter 2 for 5. They've both been long-range shots. He has 5 points. So Walt Williams misses. Olajuwon got a sandwich job from Oakley, and he still got it back. Now it's knocked away by John Thomas.
He was molested with that basketball.
He really was. Akeem saying, wait a minute, I've been playing 16 years in the league. Give me some respect. Carter with a fadeaway. Missed it. Rebound to Shandon Anderson on the run. Steve Francis already underneath. Steve Francis putting a little Carter on Carter.
I'll tell you what, that had to be a perfect pinpointed pass by Shandon Anderson for Steve Francis to time it and go up over him and dunk like that.
Man, this is just the first quarter. We've already seen some pretty good athleticism, and there's a nice move from Doug Christie.
Boy, I'll tell you what, this crowd's mouth is still open off on that last lob by Steve Francis. They must haven't seen anything like that. Oops, my bad. I forgot that Vince Carter plays ball here.
We're not talking Sergeant Carter either. It's Steve Francis giving it down to Olajuwon now. Olajuwon spins one way, wants to show him a little green shake. Oakley says, I've seen that green shake. I saw it plenty in '94 when I was with the Knicks. Well, here comes a familiar face, Kevin Willis, who had 2 great seasons at Houston, now here with Toronto. We'll check into the game. John Thomas goes out. Almost a steal by McGrady, but he knocked it out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul on Olajuwon. Facing McGrady had to take a seat in the expensive seats.
I know if I was paying $300 for those seats, he came over there and fell on me. Get off me, man. This seat's for one. I'm that kind of a person, Bill.
I know you are.
You looking awful spiffy today, my brother. I like that black shirt on you, man, without a tie. That's your style.
But you hadn't run out of ties, I wouldn't have gotten to wear
If
it.
you hadn't stole my ties or sold my ties, I'd have been cool.
Oh, McGrady with a miss. And a turnover. Olajuwon and Francis can't get together on the simple outlet pass.
Well, Green is used to Francis going down the court so fast, he threw it to where he thought he was going to go to.
Rockets number 26 in the league in turnovers, 17, just over 17 a game. So far, they have 4. Only 1 for Toronto. Oakley swings that ball around. Here's McGrady taking it to the middle for the slam. Whoa, what a play. Tracy McGrady. Oh, man.
Let me explain that to you, folks. That is what you would call a big ugly.
That's a facial.
That's a big ugly.
Francis. This is going to be some kind of game. I can't wait. Let's just get it up and down.
They're just getting their legs warm right now. When do they start playing?
Oh, boy.
That was a big ugly.
Where's he going to go next year, too? He's a free agent.
Now, let's look at big ugly here. Ouch!
Oh, boy. Some kind of talent on that court. Steve Francis outside now. Picked up by Christie.
But see, Steve started with that.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, got to put it up. Oh, that's how you beat the shot clock. Francis from the outside for a 3, and Stevie Boy has 10 points already. 18-15 Houston.
You know what I found out that motivates Steve is people that don't like him. You boo him and he comes at you hard, doesn't he?
People in Canada better quit booing. There's a strip ball. Shannon Anderson got it. Here's Steve Francis in the open court for the simple slam.
Now, gee, I thought this was going to challenge that.
No, sir. Oakley outside now. Rockets lead by 5. 3.5 minutes left. Oakley puts up 1. He misses. Olajuwon had it knocked away by Shannon. Christie gets it back, and McGrady slams it home. And Rockets had the rebound and fought each other off of it. 3:11 left. Already had a couple of highlights of the week. Here's Walt from the outside, and he shot himself into a basket. Walt Williams now with 6 points. 22-17 Houston.
Now they're going back to that same post-up situation against Steve. And Steve does not need, I was trying to say it before he did it. He does not need to try to put pressure on him, get support from his teammates, and make them kick that ball back out to the perimeter.
That's the first foul on Steve Francis, and now Kelvin Cato will check in for Hakeem Olajuwon.
You know what
Olajuwon goes out of the game. No points, couple of rebounds.
I've always wondered why the players don't have their shirt in their pants before they go in the game. Just a small little tidbit. They've got to dress to go in there and play.
Again, a probing question from one of the great analysts in the game today, Calvin Murphy. Christie with a drive, he missed the shot, and Shannon Anderson with a rebound. Francis will bring it up. Steve Francis back outside now. Walt Williams, good job giving it up to Cato, and he's fouled by Oakley. Good ball movement by Houston. So Walt Williams will come out of the game. Coutinho Mobley will check in. Oh, Mobley and Francis and Shannon Anderson, along with Carter and McGrady and Christie. Not going to find much better athletes together on an NBA floor anywhere in the world.
Well, the Rockets right now are going to really be in trouble. If they go back to the post-up against Steve and put Curry on the same side of the floor, he is a pure shooter from that perimeter.
Talking about Del Curry, the 13-year veteran out of Virginia Tech. Three-point shooter extraordinaire.
Shoots the ball as well as anybody that's ever played this game, Bill. I've always been impressed with his ability to put the ball in the basket.
Has a syrupy release, doesn't he? And Cato does too, as Cato comes off that bench, hits both free throws for his first 2 of the day.
Played extremely well last game. Talking about Kelvin Cato.
Yeah, Rockets up by 7 now. Largest lead of the game by Houston. 2:20 left to play in the first quarter. Curry takes it down to Kevin. You're not going to see it come out very often. Cato with the inside position. And gets stepped, laid it up, blocked by McGrady. He's the leading shot blocker on this Toronto team with almost 2 a game. Carter from the outside for another 3. Vince Carter. 24-20, under 2 minutes left to play in the first. Francis turns the corner, taking it over to Cato for the slam, no whistle. Like a little contact.
I tell you what, if I was the Raptors, I'd try to find a way to keep these young nucleus together.
Carter now will shoot it again, fill it up from the outside. Vince Carter. Nothing spectacular early, but he's got 10 points. 10 points for Carter, 12 points for Francis. As promised.
The future of both franchises playing well early.
Walt Williams misses again, and Curry with a rebound. 2-point Houston lead now, 108. And counting, left to play in the first period. Taking it down to Carter again. Mobley's on him. Double team coming over, not there fast enough. And Vince Carter hits again. He has 12 points, and the game is tied at 24.
You know, Carter's one of those competitors. And I saw that Steve Francis got his fires burning early. And now he's come back to really get to, sparking his team.
Last year's Rookie of the Year, Vince Carter. Possibly this year's Rookie of the Year, Steve Francis. Mobley going one-on-one over Carter, and he hits. 36 seconds left in the quarter. Some kind of basketball here today.
Vince Carter told him, you're not going to go around me.
Carter again from the outside. Vince Carter with 14 points.
Let's not let him go for one of those 50-point nights, Bill.
Well, that's what he had a couple of Sundays back.
Maybe you and I need to go out there and help Mobley guard this young man.
Tied at 26, 16 seconds left. I'm not guarding anybody. I'm staying right here and guarding the microphone. Mobley with a double team, gets it over to Steve now. Steve's got to go to work. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Drops it off to Cato. Cato is fouled on the dunk attempt. 4 seconds left in the quarter. Yo. Kevin Willis with his first foul.
Now this is excellent penetration. Soon the defense reacts. Steve finds Kelvin coming to the basket with him. Now if you remember earlier I said on any penetration, one of the teammates from the opposite side needs to go to the basket with the penetrator and he can get involved with the play.
Cato with a miss. He stepped away from the free throw line. That usually is the kiss of death. Cato coming off 5 points, 8 rebounds, 3 block shots against the Pacers 2 nights ago. 1 out of 2 for Kelvin Cato. Rockets with a 1-point lead. 4 seconds left to play. A long pass, McGrady drops it off to Curry. He missed it. Slammed home by Willis with 1/10 of a second left in the quarter. Oh, what a first quarter from north of the border. Raptors 28, Rockets 27 on WB 39.
Sure, Rudy talked about that during the timeout, the start of the second quarter.
Muggsy Bogues now has checked into the game at 5'3", the shortest player in the NBA. Muggsy, though, has had a great 13-year career. You believe he's played 13 years?
Unbelievable.
And a block by Tracy McGrady. Oh, boy, he can get up, I'll tell you. McGrady is number 11 in the NBA in block shots, and outside of centers and forwards, he's number 1.
As at a forward, now we're not talking to center.
Rodgers puts it up, had it deflected possibly.
I tell you, as a defender, Muggsy Bogues makes you so unsure of that basketball because he is so close to the ball, and that's not. Oh, that's too easy.
Well, Kevin Willis just went around Cato like he was in cement.
I tell you, he had a vigorous workout before the game talking about Kevin Willis.
Yeah, Willis comes out early. He's a true professional. We watched him in Houston. He really works on his game. Oh, a block shot by McGrady. Might have been close to goaltending there. 30-27, Raptors up. Muggsy puts it up. Missed it. Ball is loose, knocked out of bounds by Houston. No, out by Toronto. Toronto currently on a 13-3 run, so the Rockets trying to eat into that as Francis will take a seat. Good first quarter plus, 12 points for Steve. And Moochie will be in the game. Mucci Norris.
Folks, you notice I got quiet, didn't you?
Well, he threw that about 6 rows up. I don't know who that was intended for. Bryce Drew is in the game also, so it'll be Mucci and Bryce and Mobley along with Carlos, Rogers, and Kelvin Cato for Houston. Carter draws a double team. They'll swing it around. McGrady on the drive, back out to Muggsy Bogues. They made the guy shoot if they wanted to, and Willis puts it up and in.
You do everything right defensively, but come up with the basketball. Now, there's got to be a little more intensity, Bill, around that basket. Don't be afraid to knock somebody down and get their uniform dirty. That's why they got washing machines.
Well, I wondered why they had those. Nice groove. Fake the shot. Rogers puts it up. Misses. Rockets way out of sync. Right now, Muggsy Bogues will push it. Taking it inside to Kevin Willis. Will turn, fire, miss. Just underway with the second period. Mucci Norris with a nice drive, and McGrady with his 3rd block of the game. Tracy McGrady is everywhere. He's 6'8", plays like he's 7'8". Timeout on the court.
The competition for food.
He's something. Rockets still looking for their first points of the second quarter. Mobley with a turnaround, missed it. Cato kept it alive, fakes, put it up. Did he get called for traveling? Yes, traveling on Kelvin Cato. I don't know why he's faking. I don't know why he's trying to fake Kevin Willis, because Kevin doesn't block many shots. He's not a shot blocker. Should go up over Willis. Curry with that quick release, missed it, and Willis goes and gets the offensive rebound. That's 7 now, and Carter throws it away. The Rocket big people have gone into a slump here in the last couple of weeks, and that's where the Rockets are really taking a beating, is underneath. Rogers and Cato have got to start playing bigger. Here's Norris now, gets a nice pick from Carlos, but he missed the shot. McGrady will fire away from 18 and hit.
See, Bill, you're getting ready to get on my nerves. You know why? I'm tired of hearing McGrady's name come out your mouth.
He's doing it all.
He's doing it all, isn't he?
McGrady has 8 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Carter with 14 points. Ball deflected. Good job by Mucci to save it. Giving it up to Mobley now. 5 on the shot clock. Down to 4. Mobley has to give it up. Curry with a steal. Curry's going to stop at the 3-point line. Nope, he's just inside of it. And Del Curry hits. And right now in the second quarter, Toronto's pitching a shutout. The Rockets are still looking for their first basket of this period. And Rudy wants a 22nd timeout. Raptors leading 36-27. This is the largest lead of the game for Toronto, and one of the big differences coming on the offensive boards, Toronto 9-2.
Well, you got to give their defense a little look-see also. Now, they pitched the shutout so far because they've not allowed any inside baskets, and when the Rockets are setting to take the perimeter shot, you have 2 players running at it. So they're causing the Rockets not to be comfortable with the basketball. And McGrady started all that with his block shots. When you went to the basket twice, he blocked it. So now everybody's starting to look to see where this young man is.
Yeah. And that's what happened to Cato a moment ago. He had the dunk shot, but he started looking around for Christie now. If you're 6'11", you still got to go up with it, don't you?
Block my shot. And I'm 5'9".
Well, as Cato come out, Francis, it's going to be Steve Francis, Norris, Bryce, Coutinho, and Carlos. There's only one guy in there, over about 6'4", outside of Norris. Trying to take it in on a bounce pass, and another turnover by Houston. The Rockets with 9 turnovers already in this game. Still have 7:51 left to play in the second. This Rudy figures if he's going to be out rebounded, he might as well get more quickness in the game. Shot clock.
Illegal.
Shot clock at 6 seconds. Illegal defense on Houston. The officials: Leon Wood, Ted Bernhardt, and Ron Gerritsen. Gerritsen, Bernhardt, and Wood, the officials for today's game. So reset the shot clock at 14 seconds. McGrady takes it down to Carter. Carter to the middle. Drops it off to Muggsy. Back to Carter. Right now, a 10-0 run here in the second quarter by Toronto. The Rockets are stuck on 27. All right, Steve has got Muggsy in front of him. Now the double team comes over.
Notice how they support. They're not going to let any Rocket have an angle to try to get to that basket again. And if you try to take Muggsy one-on-one, they're shading you so that you can't get by it.
Calvin, this is the biggest improvement I've seen in Toronto is their defense.
Oh, without a doubt. And it's no accident either. They have a team defensive concept that they're using out there.
Butch Carter gets a lot of credit. 3 seconds, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Mobley tried to put it up. It didn't hit anything. And the Rockets are still looking for their first points of the quarter. And 7:01 left to play.
5 whole minutes without scoring? I was hoping my math was wrong.
Curry outside, dropping it to Vince Carter. Double team comes in a hurry, and he throws it away. So that's a couple of turnovers now by Vince. We have a timeout charge to the Raptors. 6:47 left in the second period. And Toronto's up by 11. Houston Rockets clutch, who's over across the way.
They got about 7 or 8 mascots out here to celebrate the birthday of their mascot, and Clutch is still the show.
He's stealing the show. He's the best mascot. We're not just saying that. He is the best mascot in the league. Morris taking it in. Lucci Norris finally gets Houston on the board, and he took it in against the big men.
Didn't care. Block this.
Well, Rudy's decided he wasn't getting that much out of his tall players, so he's going to an all-short lineup now, except for Carlos Rogers. Down to Willis. Willis to the middle.
Good defense by Carlos.
Yes. All right, Christie now will turn, fired off the glass, and Lucci with a rebound. Rice Drew from the corner. Boom.
From the corner. It's a corner. I've been waiting to say that for what? 4 weeks now.
Almost wish you hadn't. Toronto with a timeout. 22nd timeout by Butch Carter. 5:53 left in the second period. What a great job he's done, huh? That's pretty good family he's from. Pretty good pedigree. Younger brother Chris, maybe the best wide receiver in the NFL.
I told you the story. Butch and I was on a tour together in Israel a few years back. Well, a few years back in '83. And I had a ghetto blaster. They used to call them ghetto blasters, a boom box.
I know.
He plugged my boom box into the wall and the thing blew up. Wrong current. And he still owes me for it, and I'm going to make him pay it or I'm going to jail here in Canada. Nope, change my mind. I'll wait till he comes to Houston. I got an attitude. Butch, I got an attitude. Oh, they took him off the camera. He owes me some money, folks. I want you to all write and tell Butch to pay me my money from the boom box.
Boy,
Bill, look, you look awfully stiffy. Not him, but get the camera back on Bill, would you please?
I'm gonna tell you what. He can give you the money, but I don't.
Oh, he's looking smooth. He's looking smooth.
Just trying to talk everybody out of those ties, aren't you? I know what you're trying to do. There's a shot from the outside and the rebound. Going to Coutinho Mobley. Coutinho, nobody picked him up. He stopped at the three-point line and he missed the shot. Willis with a rebound.
That was the shot he's had in a couple of weeks.
I know, everybody ran off and left him. I think felt a little alone out there. Now to McGrady. McGrady at 6'8" with that turnaround, missed it. And Carlos Rogers, Rockets, even though they went 0 for 8 to start the quarter now with a basket here, get right back in it. And Steve lost it momentarily, picks it up again, and wants to call a timeout, but they'd already used their 20.
Now Steve has got to be very careful. Well, it's a full timeout right now. They have no 20s.
5:05 left to play in the first half. Rogers. Willis goes out. Walt Williams in the game for Bryce Drew. 4 on the shot clock, down to 3, down to 2. Moochie Norris has got to put it up. He missed the rim, and that's a 24-second violation, but Toronto has it anyway.
I think Muggsy actually got his hands on that ball that caused it to go short. On the way up.
Well, when Muggsy blocks your shot, you're not jumping high enough.
On the way up.
From the outside, McGrady fills it up again. Tracy McGrady with 10 points, 16 for Carter. 9-point lead by the Raptors as Mobley will work on Curry. Muggsy comes over on the double team, so they swing it around the horn. Somebody was out of position there. Now Walt drops it off to Carlos. He's fouled going to the basket. And I think it's on Oakley. If it is, that's number 2.
Well, you can tell those that are very experienced in fouling, because when Oakley fouls you, you don't score. He grabs you across the face or the arm or something.
15 years out of Virginia Union. Carlos Rogers had a couple of setbacks this season injury-wise, but now for the first time trying to get going here at the tail end of the season. Free throw shooting has been a problem for him, though. Going to have to work on that in the offseason. He gets to the line a lot, but he's got to make his free throw. Carlos only a 61% free throw shooter, gets 1 out of 2. 8-point lead by the Raptors as we near 4 minutes left to play in the first half. Curry looking for a pick, gets it from Oakley, but Mobley goes right through it. Now Curry got another pick, put it up, missed it, went out of bounds. Actually went in, but it hit the 24-second shot clock.
See, there's the one problem that Curry has had with his career. Tremendous shooter, but he can't beat anybody off the dribble.
Did you ever make a basket banking it off the shot clock like that last shot?
Man, I've thrown them off the roof and off people's heads and everything else during my career. And got mad when they disqualified the basket. I actually bounced one in one time accidentally.
Shandon Anderson checked into the game now. Steve has a double team in the corner, and he stepped out of bounds.
That's been a bad corner over there for Steve. He had to call a timeout when he got trapped over there. He got trapped once again and stepped on the out of bounds line.
11 turnovers by Houston to 4 turnovers by the Raptors. So Francis will match up with Muggsy. Rogers and Oakley. Shandon Anderson on Vince Carter. Carter goes left. Took it. Oh! He went down hard on his back, and he stays down. There wasn't anything.
Back up, everybody!
Oh, yes, he went for the ball.
Now the referees, after talking about it a few moments, and Oakley complaining, are calling a flagrant foul on Houston. And I don't think so. Here's Steve. He's going for the ball.
No, he went for the ball. That was just unfortunate.
But the league will try to protect its star player, and there it is, the foul, and Carter goes down. And we've got a timeout on the court.
Just because it was unnecessary, I did.
3:25 left to play in the second period.
They called it breaking 1 or 2.
40-32 Raptors. And Carter knows that. But the official, Ron Garretson, made the call after a little penalty. And Garretson says it's not whether you're going for the ball or not, it's whether I decide it's a penalty. And he called it a flagrant 1. on Steve Francis. And Steve a little upset about that.
Yeah,
There's no way in the world he was trying to hurt Vince Carter. So the decision was made by Ron Garrettson later to call it flagrant one. So it's 3:25 left in the second period. And they'll give Vince Carter as much time as he wants. So Vince Carter will shoot the free throw. He was going up so high anyway. You know, as high as Carter gets, when there's any kind of contact at all, he's almost going to have a trampoline underneath him.
And you know what? He's so athletic that he a lot of times he jumps off balance anyway. And if he meets any contact, he's going to go down hard. I'm just glad he's not hurt.
So he got the 2 free throws. Carter with 18 points already in this game. 3:25 left, 42-32 now. The Raptors lead by 10, and they will have the ball. McGrady, Oakley, Bogues, Carter, and Christie. Looking for Carter again. Muggsy puts it up from 15, and Carlos Rogers with a rebound. Walt Williams, Rogers, Anderson, Coutinho, Mobley, and Francis.
You got to be careful. Don't let Carter play possum with you like he's hurt, and all of a sudden he's gone past you.
Coutinho wide open, good return touch pass by Steve Francis for the assist. And Coutinho Mobley off the bench for 6 points. Brady got the double team. Good ball movement. Bogues takes it in and shoots it off the glass. Muggsy Bogues, all 5 threes. Played like he was 6'3" then.
Yeah, you can't let Muggsy have big offensive night on you. He can penetrate now.
Yeah, the reason he stayed around so long is he's got one of the best assist-to-turnover ratios in NBA history. And he gets a lot of steals, too. 5 on the shot clock. Got to put it up here in a minute. Shannon's got to do it. 2 seconds, 1 second. Francis got it off in time, and it didn't go down, and knocked out of bounds by Oakley. So the Rockets have 23 on the shot clock. Rudy wanted a foul on Oakley, but they're not going to give him number 3.
Unless he breaks your arm.
Curry now. Back in. And Carter will go sit down.
Now, he's one of the reasons why they came up with that flagrant 2 rule, because he used to body slam folks.
Yeah, Oakley was.
I didn't know he body slammed Charles Barkley, and Charles took the cover and gave the shot to the chops.
And Mobley put it up and missed it. He'll shoot 2. Carter has been taken to the locker room by Toronto. Oakley did eventually pick up his 3rd foul just then, and he has a few words for the officials as he leaves the court. Likes to be known as an enforcer, and that's one of the reasons he's here in Toronto, is to protect Carter's backside. And he makes no bones.
Nobody scared of him because he got a Jerry curl.
He makes no bones about it. He knows what his role is.
Nobody wear Jerry curls no more anyway. So if he's trying to look dangerous, he does.
Now, you're all talk.
Oh, no question. I ain't fighting nobody.
Especially him.
Unless he touches me. And then we're going to be doing some serious boxing.
Murph, he's going to have to catch you first.
I ain't going nowhere, Bill. I'll bob and weave with him. And there's enough Murphys to get my backside.
You got the alley shuffle.
Man, look here. Every now and then, I used to be able to bob and weave with a few folks.
Yeah, they had to be over 6'7", though.
No.
Under 2 minutes left to play. You didn't pick on any little guys.
I ain't pick on anybody. I defended myself.
McGrady pulls up with a jumper. Boy, that's good defense by Walt Williams. I don't know what else you can do. McGrady lighting him up. He's got 12 points. McGrady and Carter have combined for 30 of the 46 points scored by Toronto. Under a minute and a half left to play in the first half. Double team comes over on Steve. Anderson swings it around to Mobley. Carlos, good catch. Back outside. Shandon fires a three. Good ball movement by the Rockets. 1:10 and counting left to play in the first half.
Recognize the fact that the Raptors are playing the passing lanes. This is why they're coming up with so many steals right now.
Willis with the jump hook. He's got a good one, doesn't he?
He's got it in Houston.
Yep.
Now look at the zone they're playing. They got to be very careful. That's a zone. They're not playing anybody.
Dances into the corner for Walt Williams. Missed the three. Tipped up by McGrady. Willis already underneath. McGrady, oh! Nice pass to Willis for two. Tracy McGrady taking over the game. Boy, McGrady with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 blocks. He's doing it all. Steve Francis, nice pass to Carlos Rogers. He's fouled at the basket by Willis.
Foul on Toronto's number 42, Kevin Willis, second foul in the game, second foul in the last 2 minutes.
Second foul on Kevin.
Number 6, Carlos Rogers on the line.
So Carlos Rogers will shoot 2. Carlos played here in Toronto along with Walt Williams. They went to Portland in a trade, and then, of course, in the Scottie Pippen deal, they came to Houston.
Number 12,
So Carlos was giving his teammates, he and Walt yesterday, giving his teammates a little tour of the city. There's the Wizard.
I toured my room because I was tired.
And it's not that big a room.
I'm telling you.
So you didn't tour much of it.
Yeah, but I toured enough to get me some sleep.
11 seconds left. Muggsy and Moochie.
Don't follow.
Nuggets had a foul to give, and it's down to 2.9 seconds. That was a good foul. Mobley picks it up. So 2.9 now for the Raptors. McGrady will bring it in. Watch Christie. Anderson covers him up. Christie got open, put it up off the glass for 2. And Christie ends it with a basket. An entertaining first half of play from north of the border. Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter putting on a show. And Doug Christie leaning in off the glass for 2. Let's go back to the WB39 studios in Houston. Lisa Milosky is standing.
Shot with the clock running down from the perimeter, which was to the Raptors' advantage.
All right, here we go now to start the third period. Kenny Thomas popping outside, giving it up to Steve Francis. There comes that double team immediately on Steve. They're going to make him give up the ball early in the offense. Olajuwon down low on Oakley, back outside. Shandon Anderson, good release. 3-pointer for Shandon.
Boy, has he been playing top-rate basketball the last couple of weeks.
Really has been a great road trip for Shandon Anderson. It seems like the tougher the opponent, the better he plays, but he comes to play every night, boy.
Boy, anyone that's got to play both ends of the floor for about 35, 36 minutes every night's got to be in shape also, Bill.
He's a man's man. Here's Carter taking it inside, giving it up to John Thomas. He's fouled going to the basket. Foul is called on Kenny Thomas.
Rockets number 21, Kenny Thomas, his first foul of the game. Team foul.
John Thomas, on that his senior year, was the co-captain of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, that team that went to the NCAA Final Four.
I hope he shot 5 shots better than that when he played.
Boy, I do too. That wasn't a good-looking release, was it? Thomas.
Clem Haskins coaching that team, didn't they?
Thomas is only, Thomas only a 32% free throw shooter coming into this game.
Look what they're doing. They're forcing Steve to get that ball as quickly as possible.
That means somebody like Kenny Thomas going to make some hay, and he puts it up with a nice spin move in the offhand for the 2 points. 53-45, Raptors by 8. And Anderson picking up McGrady. Had to guard Miller and Rose the other night. Never an easy night for Shandon Anderson. Christie takes it in on Olajuwon. He made him change the shot. Tipped away. Toronto has it. Thomas stripped with the ball. Kenny Thomas out of the back.
Give it up. Give it up.
And he got it back. Missed it. Tipped up by Shandon. Tipped up and in. Shandon Anderson.
A big man coming down the floor, unless that's his designated position, need to give the ball up quick. Let a ball handler have it. Take it to the middle. Let the big man fill the lane. Get an easy layup.
Vince Carter got behind the... Oh! I was going to say it was behind the glass, pinned on the baseline. He threw it up with the right hand the other way. Man, he's something, isn't he? He contorts his body. He gets in.
The problem is, the question is, who would have the nerve to take that shot but him?
Well, he's the man on this team. Francis goes around the double team, baseline, reverse, and he's fouled. He'll shoot two. What a move by Francis. He can't believe he missed it. He went around the double team, down the baseline, and a reversal. So for every move Carter pulls, look at this move right here.
He wanted that basket.
That foul was on Carter, only his first of the game. There's the shot by Carter right before.
You know, it's interesting. You know, you have scouts out here, and you have Brewer in the back of us from Ron Brewer from where's he? With
Cleveland.
Cleveland. And I just asked him, how did he chart that last move? He says you don't. You just put down their fantastic move.
You know why he's here?
Let me see. Where are we going next game?
You got it.
There you go.
I can't get anything by Murph.
You going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame while you're in town?
Sure.
Not me.
I thought you were baiting me into something.
Fooled you.
You mean we're going to Cleveland and you're not going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No, I know more about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame than they do that put it together. I'm still mad that it took them so long to put Frankie Lyman and the teenagers in there, but of course a lot of folks don't know who they are.
There's a nice pass inside to Akeem.
There's a Hall of Famer right there. May not be rock and roll, but he can rock and roll on that court.
Frankie Lyman had only 2 hit songs, really only 1. What should he be in there for?
Well, don't make me stab you with this pen.
55-51, now the Rockets within 4. Here's Christie. Bounce pass to McGrady, got it. Boy, of all the players I've seen, he's the most improved. Of course, he had a long way to go. He came right out of high school. Boy, he's a good-looking young player.
He can do it all.
Inside to Olajuwon for the slam. No one guarded him the last couple of possessions, and Akeem with his first 2 baskets of the game. Again, the Raptors can't put Houston away. Only a 4-point game. Rockets on a 13-5 run.
Did I say it long enough or quick enough? Steve needs help. Aren't they listening? Or do I have to tell him that he was posted up by Vince Carter?
With a capital H, he needed help. Double team on Francis now. Drops it off Kenny Thomas. Hesitated.
Oh, he didn't even come close to that one after the hesitation. He's a better shooter than that.
Brady giving it up to Christie now, down to Carter. Carter turns, fires over Walt Williams, missed it. Kenny Thomas, good rebound, tips it out to Francis. Here come the Rockets, trailing by 6. On the baseline, Walt Williams, nice little fake for 2.
He has the best position, repositioning for a shot. And he's not that quick on that move. He just simply shows you the ball and moves.
8 points for the Wizards. Down inside the Carter, and a foul on Walt Williams before the move to the basket. And for Walt, that's his second foul of the game.
Number 2. Raptor ball.
He'll shoot that one.
And he'll make it.
That's a good shot for him. So you got to run up on Oakley's and players that like to spot up and make him beat you off the dribble. See, defense is no accident. You got to know the players, their strengths and their weaknesses, and try to obviously make them work against it.
And where they like the ball. Olajuwon, there's a touch foul.
That's 4.
That's 4 fouls on Oakley. He is not a happy camper.
guess we don't care.
Now to Olajuwon now. This time John Thomas is on him. Swings one way, back the other. Nice little move inside, but the ball didn't go, and Thomas with the rebound. McGrady will fire it up again. And Christie with the offensive board. Well, Christie at 6'6", McGrady at 6'8". That's a huge. Yeah, they did. He missed it. McGrady went to the basket. Kenny Thomas. Oh! Francis tipped it over Oakley. Back to Williams. Williams put it up in a blocking foul on Vince Carter. His second foul of the game. What a move by Steve Francis. We have a timeout on the court. 6:35 left to play in the quarter, and the Rockets making a run.
I don't know her name, but she plays in a lot of the top movies.
Funny guy. And you are too, Mark.
Well, Bill, working with you, you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Oh, thank you. I'm not sure that was a compliment. 10 points now for the Wizard. Christie at the three-point line, drops it down to Carter now. Carter turns inside, got a lot of help, but that leaves McGrady open. He missed the shot, and Kenny Thomas with a rebound. Well, they're double teaming Vince, and that's going to leave something else open. That means Toronto must hit it. No double team this time on Steve. Now to Olajuwon. Works on Thomas, turns inside. Oh, there's going to be goaltending on McGrady. So the Rockets get a bonus. Count the basket, and Akeem will get a free throw. Well, McGrady had 5 block shots on 5 different Rockets. This would have been number 6 on Olajuwon had it been a block, but it was a goaltend. So now Willis will come in for John Thomas, and Akeem with a chance to get the Rockets within 1 point. Akeem having a 6-point quarter.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. Come on.
61-60, the Raptors up. Rockets on a 20-8 run now. This is best run of the game for Houston.
Well, it's been a game of runs. The Rockets started the first quarter with a 13-2. Then you had the Raptors come back with a 10-0. Now the Rockets are back with it.
Carter from the outside, they miss again. Quickly out. Shannon Anderson's got to beat Willis. He beat him, and he was fouled by him. And a 3-point opportunity for Shannon Anderson as the Rockets take the lead.
Took it right to the basket with no fear of having to block.
Well, Kevin's not going to block your shot, is he?
No, he's not even going to. A lot of times, he's not even going to challenge it as far as blocking.
Shannon misses a 3-point opportunity. Anderson now with 14 for Francis, 10 for Walt. And the Rockets have taken the lead. And a whistle away from the ball and a holding foul on Steve Francis. That's the 3rd foul on Steve. So Muggsy Bogues will check in to the Toronto order, and I think that's to distribute that ball a little more evenly. And now to Carter. Walt Williams tried to deny him the ball. Carter with a roll, an opposite reverse move, and it almost went. Outside to Walt Williams, picked up by Muggsy Bogues. They got a big mismatch there. Francis from way downtown misses on the 3. Tipped up in the air, tipped up again, tipped out of bounds by Oakley. Oh no, they're going to say the Rockets tipped it out.
And you've got to quickly turn around and match up with Muggsy. Even though Muggsy doesn't want to shoot the ball, he will take the ball right down the gut of your defense and get his teammates involved.
Tracy McGrady picked up his dribble on the double team. There's Oakley outside. Looks over to Bogues. They're trying to get it to Carter. They do. Carter with a quick shot over the top. Missed it. Francis tips it away from Kevin Willis. Walt Williams going to drive it all the way in for 2. Great move by the Wizard.
Walt's been doing a lot of that lately. Bringing the ball down on the break taking his time and going right down the gut of the defense.
Toronto calls a timeout. Rockets with a 3-point lead. We'll be back after this word from Southwest Airlines. Been the difference so far in this quarter. 4:18 left to play. Carter picked up on that double team back to Oakley. That's the guy.
That shot was so poorly taken. He ran it down himself.
Tracy McGrady just inside the three-point line. He's short. And Willis with a rebound. Over Olajuwon. He missed. Oakley with a rebound. Oakley's foul. It counts. The Rockets can't get a rebound. Well, unofficially, I've got Toronto with 14 offensive rebounds in this game. That's a bunch. They've almost got as many offensive rebounds as they do defense.
Well, they had 6 in the first quarter, if you remember. Thank you, Bill. Even though I sneezed about 2 minutes ago. Oh, don't worry about it. I already cleaned off your jacket. Don't worry about it.
Oh, man. I only have 2 more days on the road with you.
Hey, don't think that you're hurting my feelings.
Inside, Kenny Thomas wide open. Great pass. Shannon Anderson. And Kenny T with 4 points, 5 rebounds. Rockets with a 3-point lead. Vince Carter already with 22 points. Now takes it down to Kevin Willis. Willis working on Akeem. Jump hook a little far out. Tipped out of bounds by McGrady, and the Rockets have the basketball.
Hey, Bill, let me tell you something right quick. You know, the Rockets spend so much time working hard on the court, but they also are very community-minded. On April 15th, all the Rockets are going to sponsor a study and school presentation at the Southwest Community Baptist Church. You're going to be there, I'm sure.
Olajuwon misses the hook, and the rebound comes out to Akeem. Gets it back, spin move by Olajuwon. Steve Francis baseline.
Oh, go in there.
Tough shot won't go. Tipped away, and Francis comes away with a steal. All right, it's Steve and Muggsy. Muggsy yelling at Steve, you can't take me. Double team on Olajuwon. Back out to Kenny Thomas. Kenny all the way in. Blocked by McGrady. He lost the ball. Muggsy comes out of there with it. Muggsy Bogues. Giving it up to Willis. He's fouled. It counts. On the play by Muggsy Bogues. Oh, the little guy.
The Rockets claimed he stepped out of bounds in front of the Rockets bench, but that goes for naught. Now here's a great defensive block.
Tracy McGrady with 6 block shots in this game.
All right, now everybody's trying to pick up a hot potato here.
You know, he's got 6 block shots on 6 different Rockets.
Well, that tells me the Rockets are not convinced yet.
Well, that ties it up at 66. I think Muggsy went between somebody's legs on that last one.
I don't think he'd appreciate knowing you said that.
Shannon Anderson with a 3 from long distance, won't go. And the rebound. Antonio Davis checks into the game for the first time. McGrady giving it up to Davis. Davis left wide open and hits. Well, he's not ice cold. Antonio Davis, 7-year veteran out of Texas El Paso. He's been out with an injury for the last couple of games. Comes right off the bench and hits a shot. And the Cavaliers hungry for a win, too.
They can't be more hungry than the Rockets right at this point.
Rockets having a good third period so far. Houston outscoring Toronto 26-16 in the quarter, trailing by only 2 points. Stevie Francis wants him to isolate him. He takes it in, trying to pass it off, ends up in the Wizards' hands, and he downs it for 2. Walt
He's
Williams
at the right
ties it up.
place at the right time.
14 points for Walt Williams. Curry, Davis, Willis, Bogues, and Carter for the Raptors. Oh, Willis set a pick, went to the basket. The old pick and roll.
My question is, how could you roll with nobody rolling with you? Call it, what they call it, defense?
Stevie Francis from the outside misses the shot. Rebound, Shandon Anderson goes up for the reversal. Good strong move by Shandon Anderson. He's got 16 points.
Workaholic. That's what Shandon Anderson is.
70, all tied at 70. 1 minute left to play in the third quarter. Carter from the outside, and he hits again. Vince Carter, 24 points. Doing a pretty good job on him. Actually, only has 6 in this quarter.
Now, is he joining the Olympic team?
He's probably going to be named. Yes, there's Shandon Anderson with a three-pointer. Oh, he continues to fire him up. 19 for Shandon.
Now, that puts the Rockets back in the lead by 1. And Shandon scored the last 5 points for the Rockets just being active, moving around.
Carter misses from the outside. Willis with offensive rebound. There's Shandon Anderson. Almost tied him up. Back outside to Muggsy Bogues. Willis working on Cato now. Feels his body, puts up the jump hook, missed it. Kenny Thomas in the open court. And Carter goes for the steal. And does a little tight wire act. Well, as soon as they officially proclaim that Tom Gugliotta is off the All-Star team, then Carter is a shoo-in. But Gugliotta, with a knee injury, they'll wait till after surgery until he's officially put off the team, and then Carter will probably get the pick. If they don't, they'll have to run somebody off of it.
That's
Kenny Thomas with a three.
Welcome back. He's been having a tough time from the perimeter as of late. That was a big bucket for the Rockets, putting them up now by 4 points.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Carter with a three. Missed it. And Thomas with the rebound. What a great quarter by the Houston Rockets. As we get ready to go to the final 12 minutes, the Rockets outscore.
Offensive board and limit them to 1 shot. They've got a great chance of coming away with this victory.
Vince Carter off the pick, going to be short on the shot. Walt Williams tips it over to Cato and gets it right back. Hey, Kenny Thomas had a good quarter on the boards in that third quarter. He got a little physical in there. Walt Williams coming off a pick, drops it over to Cato now in the zone. Gives it up to the Wizard. Missed the shot. Maybe the easiest shot he's had all night.
Yeah, he missed that basket. He was surprised, first of all, that he got it back.
Yeah. Cato was surprised to get it initially. 4-point Houston lead. Kevin Willis going to shoot it up. Got it. Kevin Willis having a big game here. That's 15 points for Kevin Willis.
Now, that's 10 too many for Kevin against the Rockets.
His season high is 21. Francis and Bogues. Double team comes over. Who's a foul on? Foul was on Antonio Davis, his first of the game.
I was so surprised that he was expendable in Indiana. I thought he played well for Indiana.
Well, they wanted to draft Jonathan Bender, that exchanged places to get that youngster out of high school, so they made the trade here with Toronto. Steve Francis takes it up, has the ball stripped, gets it back, and he's fouled by Tracy McGrady, who just checked in the game. That's only the first foul on McGrady. So that's 2 quick fouls, team fouls, by Toronto. Kenny Thomas, 1 extra pass. Coutinho Mobley for a three. Missed it.
Now you got to see the ball when you're getting back in transition because Muggsy will throw it right past your ear.
Curry falls down. Shandon Anderson pounces right on top of him. Anderson directing traffic, gets it down to Steve.
Let's
they got
turn
it
and
close.
shoot it. Don't try to go around him.
Double team coming. They switch it around. Good pass by Anderson. He took one more man on the pass. Mobley. Willis made him change the shot, and Davis gives it up to Bogues. Rockets protecting a 2-point lead. We played just over 2 minutes into the final quarter. Curry stripped by, guess who? Anderson. Shannon in the open court. Shannon to the basket is fouled on the play. Shannon Anderson doing it at both ends of the court.
Now there's a classic fast break. Ball in the middle, two wings, and a trailer being Kenny Thomas in case that shot was missed.
Timeout on the court, 9:40 left to play.
The competition for food is back.
4 in a row, they may disband the league.
Hey, no, they ain't gonna disband the league, but they're gonna get rid of the Comets.
Shannon Anderson now with a 20-point performance. He had 22 against Indiana 2 nights ago, along with 6 assists and 6 rebounds. He had 17 at New York. He had 16 at Utah. He just continues. As the season winds down and some players tire out, Anderson just gets better.
Well, you know, when he first came to the Rockets, it took him a while to figure out his place on the team. Now that he has it, he's not going to relinquish it.
Now he's got to try to stay with Vince Carter, who's checked into the game. They go down to Antonio Davis and Cato with a foul.
Foul on the Rockets, number 13, Calvin Cato, his first.
That's the first on Cato. Davis will go to the line. He is a 77% free throw shooter. Toronto number 10 in the NBA in free throw shooting as a team, 76%. Antonio Davis had some good years there in Indiana.
I thought he was one of the reasons they were so tough.
Well, he and Dale Davis, those years that Rick Smits had the foot problems there the last couple of seasons, the Davis boys played very big inside. But I guess they figured they had Al Harrington coming along with Jalen Rose. They wanted to develop some young players there in Indianapolis. Going back to Shannon Anderson now, working on Tracy McGrady. Somebody got a piece of the ball. Cato puts it up and in. Calvin Cato very happy.
That's how you got to be aggressive. You got to go after everything. Even if the ball doesn't have a chance to get in your hands, you never know what you can do by being aggressive.
3-point Houston lead. Back outside, Oakley taking it in. Cato knocks it away from Davis. You can't read it.
Thank you, Bill.
Steve started to tell him that. Cato said, I got you. I know. 2 fouls on Cato. Inside, and a whistle.
It's on Steve. Oh, no. They gave it to
Cato, that's his 3rd foul of the game.
Foul number 3. And so Davis at the free throw line for the Raptors.
That's 4 team fouls now on, or 3 team fouls on the Rockets, 3 on Toronto. Kenny Thomas will give it up to Steve. Here we go now. The Rockets holding on to a 2-point lead as time continues to tick off the clock. 8.5 minutes left to play as Cato pops out high, gives it up to Steve, over to Kenny Thomas. Francis gets it back. Fakes inside. McGrady stayed on his feet. Anderson, reversal, got it. Shannon Anderson, who else? He's doing everything in this game. 22 points, Shannon Anderson.
Don't forget about the defensive effort he's putting on out there again.
All right, here's Carter. Carter turns the corner and takes it into the middle, and Cato with another foul. Four fouls on Cato and 14 fouls on the Rockets. So the next Rocket foul will put Toronto in the bonus. Oops. Oh, no. I don't like to see that. And Cato will come out of the game.
2. Big start at the line. 2 shots.
Oh, Vince Carter got off to a tremendous start.
Well, I'll tell you what Vince did today. He's earned his money.
It's been physical. Of course, when you become the #1 player in the league, and I think that's just about what he is now because of all the highlights and He's the name. The league will build on what Vince Carter accomplishes over the next few years. You know, you can put microphones on the coaches and cameras in the locker room, but it's the Vince Carters that make this league what it is.
That's exactly right.
Kenny Thomas from the wing. And the rebound going to Toronto. Houston up by 2. Looking down at Tracy McGrady's trying to post up underneath. He does. Olajuwon there. Oh! Antonio Davis ties the game at 81.
Another offensive rebound. Good initial defense. You got to come up with the basketball.
Mobley drops it down to Olajuwon. Got Oakley on him, turns it to the middle, tried to fire it up, goes down. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Like a good veteran, he heard the whistle and he threw the ball out.
That's the 4th foul now.
Number 42, Paul Williams reserves for the Rockets.
On Carter. So Kenny Thomas will come out of the game. Walt Williams back in. Well, it just continues to roll on and on.
He pushed it.
Olajuwon just replaced Jerry Lucas as number 11 on the NBA all-time rebounding list. Earlier this year, replaced Alex English, number 10 on the all-time NBA scoring list.
Well, what he's got to do, he's got to go up one more point on everybody because the Rockets need it. You're getting ready to go down under 7 minutes, so possessions are going to become very important, and every basket is going to count from that foul line.
Great touch. Looks like a pinball bouncing around. It went in. 8 points for Hakeem. Rockets 15 of 22 now from the free throw line. That could be big going down the stretch. Houston up by 1. Christie looking down at McGrady, posting up. Back outside to Oakley, 18-footer. Charles Oakley with a miss, and Stevie goes high for the rebound. Francis with 14, Shandon Anderson with 22. So the Houston backcourt again with 36 points in this game. Olajuwon draws a double team, back to Steve. Steve's got Christie on him. 5 on the shot clock. Goes to the basket, back to Hakeem, 17-footer, short. Didn't hit anything. Here's Carter in the open court. Carter to the basket, finger rolls it up and missed it. And coming out of there is Shandon Anderson. And wide out. Steve Francis back outside of Mobley.
Well, both teams are getting back in pretty good transition defense. Nobody wants to give up the easy basket.
Walt Williams with a 3, and he got it, and Shandon Anderson got the rebound to set it up. Great pass outside to the Wizard. Walt Williams with 17.
Both teams now are going to try to force the other to play half-court basketball. They don't want any opportunity baskets or fast break points, and they're doing a great job getting back and matching up.
Rockets up by 4. McGrady tries to pass it into Oakley. He does, and a whistle and a foul underneath. Foul is called on Hakeem Olajuwon, and that's his 3rd foul of the game. The Rockets are over the 5 team fouls. Well, I guess he doesn't want to leave Vince Carter.
I think he made a wise decision. You know, a lot of players are glad to come to Houston because Dream was here.
That's right. So Oakley with a couple of free throws. He has 8 points to go along with 7 boards. Rockets lead by 2. Anderson dropping it down to Olajuwon. Antonio Davis on the defense. Olajuwon.
Oh, Dream, you had to move.
He got the pass.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
No basket.
The way Shandon shoots the ball, shooting bounces to put it in.
Well, Anderson will go to the line to shoot 2. Very active. They can't stop him. He's getting as many drives to the basket as Carter is. But they're not double teaming him, and so
you
they're taking advantage of him.
You can't double team activity, and he's been active.
Well, you can't double team 2 guards either, and they're double teaming Steve.
That's a good point. But see, that's why McGrady had such a good start, because they were double teaming Carter early.
Right. You always find a way, don't you?
Well, I'll tell you. You know, the thing that Anderson has the advantage on most teams is that he can beat the small forward or the big guard, so it's a tough matchup for most teams.
24 points for Shandon. Again, the Rockets go up by 4 points. Carter looking down to Antonio Davis. Go right back to Antonio again. Olajuwon giving a little ground. Davis takes it in. Olajuwon with a block, but they call a foul on Akeem, and that's his 4th foul of the game. And the Rockets are in the penalty anyway.
And that was a good call, unfortunately, against the Rockets. Olajuwon, what you call hitchhiked, him a block now. He gets an opportunity to go past Green. Green puts that left shoulder on his shoulder and blocks it.
Both teams are in the penalty the rest of the way. We've got just over 5 minutes left to play. Both teams still have their full complement of timeouts.
Now let's see if the Rockets have a finish to this show. They've played well enough tonight to win, Bill. They've got to play smart going down this stretch. They've got to stop the offensive rebounding, and they can't get themselves into putting the Raptors on the foul line. You can't guard anybody from that 15-foot strike.
And the Raptors are a good free throw shooting team, 13 of 16 in this game. Steve gets it back.
Shoot it, Steve.
Willis has got him, giving him plenty of room. They will go to Olajuwon. He'll work on Davis. Little jumper by Akeem, won't go. Walt Williams fights hard for the rebound. Almost got it. Knocked out of bounds by Houston.
You know, even though Green got it outside, got a nice look at the basket, I would rather see the Rockets play a two-man game, set the pick, and let Steve use his ability to penetrate and stop and pop.
4:35 left to play. McGrady comes out high. Willis is guarded by Williams.
All right, now Williams needs help.
Takes it inside, draws a foul.
Right now, the Raptors have the advantage with the post-up offensively. So any post-up, the Rockets got to immediately abandon who they're guarding and run and force that post-up player to get rid of the ball and then rotate back quickly. But you cannot allow him to play the one-on-one, making his move to the basket before you support, because that causes the fouls.
Willis, a good free throw shooter. Kevin this season shooting 78% from the free throw line. As I told you, this is a good free throw shooting team except for McGrady. He's in the 60s. And it's all tied up now at 87 with 4:27 left.
The Rockets have done a nice job mentally staying involved in this game. Remember, they've been on the road now for, what, 4 games?
Yep.
Almost 8 days, and they're mentally involved in this game. They're strong mentally.
Foul on Willis. Late whistle. And Walt Williams will go to the line to shoot. Both teams, as I said, are in the bonus. So free throws become all important in this game, and the Rockets are not a good free throw shooting team. The Rockets are number 24 out of 29 teams. The Raptors number 10. But in this game, Rockets 17 of 24 for 70%.
I tell you, Walt Williams has a unique free throw shooting style, Bill. He has that little half-hitch jump before he shoots the ball. It works well, though. Yes, I'm not complaining.
Walt Williams having a great road trip as he continues to put the points up. 19 points for the Wizards. Rockets go back up by 2. We're nearing the 4-minute mark left to play in this game. Big third quarter, got the Rockets back in it.
There's another post-up. Now everybody's got to go quickly and help.
Carter turns, fires, hits. Vince Carter with 28 points. Again, we are tied at 89. 3:45 and counting left. Walt Williams coming out high now. They'll isolate him on Willis. Swing it back around. Nobody's on. Shannon Anderson, he took it in. And a blocking foul is called on Antonio Davis. So again, Shannon Anderson is the man they're leaving open, and he's making them pay.
And I don't know why. What game are they watching where they're going to leave Shannon Anderson open?
He'll have one more. That's 25 points for Shannon Anderson. Hope he missed it. Walt Williams got it back. Olajuwon tipped it and kept it alive. So the Rockets with another possession.
That's a big offensive rebound this stage of the game.
Back to Shannon Anderson again. He's got Davis on him. He's not quick enough. Shannon to the basket. Deflected.
Hit that net. All right, well, the Rockets right now have got to understand what's going on. The ball's going down to the post-up position every single time. There's the help. There's the help.
And the foul is called on Patino Mobley. So Vince Carter will go to the line to shoot two.
Well, I tell you what, even though they called a foul, the Rockets played that possession well. They didn't allow the post-up, and the help came from outside.
Carter, a couple of weeks ago, of course, had 51. Since that time, he's been making some last-second shots to win games for Toronto, building a legend for himself. Rudy will call a timeout. We're all deadlocked at 90 with 3:05 left to play.
Possessions we talk so much about. So the Rockets have got to take their defensive intensity up another notch for 3 minutes. And the way they do that has got to be support. They have too much athleticism on the Raptors individually for you to try to stop one-on-one.
Well, there's 30 points for Vince Carter. That's the 20th time this season he's gone for 30 or more.
And what's even worse than that, that puts the Raptors up 1 point on the Rockets right now.
Anderson looking down to Olajuwon. He's got Antonio Davis behind him. And Olajuwon with a jump hook, missed it. And Willis with a rebound. Used to be that
Automatic.
That would have been an automatic. And plus, they wouldn't have Davis guarding him down the stretch either. Christie.
They'd have legit center.
Looking down to Carter. Carter steps back, fires away, missed it. And the rebound to Steve Francis. That's his 6th rebound, 7 assists, 14 points. Rockets still trailing by 1, 2:18 and counting left to play. Shannon Anderson. They'll isolate for Shannon. Nice pass, Walt Williams. Missed it. Steve Francis goes high for the rebound and a foul on Antonio Davis, and Steve Francis will go to the line. Boy, now he saw Davis coming. That took a lot of intestinal fortitude to jump up and get that rebound.
What he did was throw caution to the wind. Right now is no time to worry about a couple of bruises. And that's a great effort, but what's more important is that was an offensive rebound.
Well, the Rockets 21 of 29 from the line. Steve 5 of 5. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Perfect. 16 points, Steve Francis, and he gives the Rockets the lead again. This time 92-91.
Now, right now, if you play hard, the officials are going to let the players decide who's going to win this game. They don't want to call any calls unless they have to. So, in other words, stay aggressive.
Vince Carter with an acrobatic move. 32 points, and the Raptors regain the lead.
I mean, how do you guard that one, Bill? You tell me. I don't know. You can't play defense any better than that. You had 3 guys hanging on him.
1:40 left to play. Mobley wants the ball. Carter won't let him have it. Steve taking it inside. Picked up his dribble. Olajuwon has it. Inside the free throw line. Yes! The Dream with a big basket.
He stopped and he popped.
That's his old shot.
Yeah, well, he wasn't going to try to take it and power it over anybody.
Rockets up by 1. 1:20 left and counting. They'll go to Carter, of course. Now down to Christie. Double team coming on Christie. Antonio Davis from way downtown missed it. Willis with an offensive rebound, missed it. And McGrady tips it up and in. I can't tell you how many offensive rebounds that is for Toronto, but they got to have 20 tonight. Toronto regains the lead by 1. Rudy calls a timeout. 1:07 left to play.
So you said
21 offensive rebounds, and
how many second chance for points from the 21?
Rockets still have a chance. Here we go.
Now you got Patino Mobley right now getting ready to go one-on-one with Vince Carter. Now don't try to shoot over him. You want to take him to the basket.
Muggsy Bogues in the game, too. There's Mobley dropping it off to Hakeem Olajuwon with another 15-footer. How many big shots throughout his career has he come up with Houston?
The defense was geared to try to stop Mobley. Mobley took as far as he could and dished off for a perfect assist.
Rockets up by 1, 40 seconds left to play in the game. They're looking for Carter on the baseline. Right now, Shannon Anderson chasing him for all he's worth. Carter for a three. It hangs on the rim, and it goes in! I don't believe it! I don't believe it! That thing hit the rim about 8 times before it went down.
Well, I'll tell you, when it rains, it pours. When things go well, they go well. He took a three-pointer fading away. Now watch this, folks. All right, 40 seconds. He fades away on it, and that ball has no reason to go in except for a shooter's bounce.
8 times? I was just guessing at 8. I didn't think there was any way a ball could hit the rim 8 times and go in, and I think Rudy's counting every one of them. Oh, yes.
I feel the way you feel, my brother.
Calvin, he's starting to make a legend. And this is kind of what we saw in the early years with Michael Jordan. Now that he's got the hang of it, he's starting to win games in the final seconds, and he doesn't mind taking the shot.
There you go. So you gotta you can't be afraid to be the hero or the GOAT.
Well, Vince Carter with 35 points tonight, and none bigger than that three-pointer that bounced all around and went in.
Boy.
Of course, here in Canada, they don't expect it to do anything but go in every time he shoots it. This is one of the few times that somebody, besides a hockey player, is close to being a national icon. You know, really, that here in Canada, if you don't play hockey, you're nothing. But Vince Carter is making Toronto a basketball city. They love him. Well, the Rockets now down by 2. Murph, what's the call? 29 seconds left to play.
The call is Katino Mobley right now. Katino Mobley is to be isolated, and perhaps do the same thing he did a few seconds ago when he penetrated the basket, brought the defense to him, and got the ball into Olajuwon's hands.
Both teams have 1 full timeout plus their 20s. Both teams are in the penalty. 27 seconds and counting. Rockets can tie with 2.
There's the play we talked about. Katino Mobley being in isolation.
Taking it in on Carter. Lays it up over Carter for 2. Mobley takes Carter to the basket.
Was he out of foul?
We're tied at 98.
Or am I begging?
12 seconds left. And a timeout taken by Toronto. 22nd timeout. So correction now. Okay, scoreboard was wrong. Toronto has 3 timeouts remaining. The Rockets have 1. But really, with 11 seconds to go, it doesn't make any difference how many you have.
Unless you're going to use all 3 in 11 seconds.
So Rudy looks...
Well, what the Rockets are hoping for is overtime.
Unless they get a quick rebound on a quick shot.
But you can be assured that what they're talking about is the worst that can happen is an overtime. They don't want to take a quick shot against the Rockets defense.
In the last couple of weeks, Vince Carter has been making some big shots down the stretch. One against the Clippers in LA, pulled a game out in the final seconds. Does he have another one up his sleeve here tonight? Tracy McGrady will bring it in. Walt Williams, the Rockets have a delay of the game to give up if they want to use it. Now Walt will guard the inbounds pass. They're going to Carter. 10 seconds.
All right,
He'll wait.
Yeah, he's going to wait. Watch the penetration. He's going to the basket. Score!
Vince Carter on a slam. Nobody picked him up. Vince Carter with 1.6 gets Toronto a 2-point lead.
Everybody from the side, and he left airborne. Now watch this. Okay, nobody's watching. By the time Dream comes over, it's too late. He's already up and gone. Somebody take that cape off that man's back. Woo!
That's Air Canada there, folks. And you get some mileage, frequent flyer mileage off that. Woo! Air Canada Arena, and there is Air Canada. He's Air everything. Vince Carter, 37 points.
Let me tell you what he just did. He made me a believer. It's one thing to dunk in traffic or when there's nothing on the line, but it's another when you become the man and everybody's watching.
But where was the weak side help?
Over there, I'm glad that he wasn't being guarded by him. That's where it was.
Yeah.
Number one, I told you earlier, when he isolates, you got to go and get the ball out of his hands when he starts to penetrate.
All right, now here's the problem for Rudy. He's got 1.6, which is still plenty of time.
At half court.
At half court. Now the Rockets are out of timeout. So if they overplay the ball, you have no time. You got 5 seconds to get it in and no timeouts remaining. Both teams are in the penalty. Rockets have to get it in, and they're going to have to get it to the guy they want to take the shot because there won't be time for a pass. 1.6 left. Now who's going to bring it in? Shannon Anderson will bring it in. We're going for the win here.
So that means that, well, they have no choice.
Go for 3.
Well, they have no choice. They don't have time for layup.
Anderson brings it in. 1.6 left.
All right, delay a game. They wanted to see the formation that the Rockets were putting on the floor. Now, it's interesting. They got Muggsy Bogues in the game on Steve.
So Steve should get a good look unless they double him.
Well, he can't put the ball on the floor.
Giving it up. Walt Williams has to throw it up, and it's short. And the Toronto Raptors win it with Vince Carter heroics down the stretch. Vince Carter with 37 points, including the game winner. Great effort by Houston, but just not quite enough. Here is tonight's Miller Player of the Game. And, of course, it's Vince Carter. 37 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. The player of the game tonight. He had it down the stretch. A great effort by Houston. Shannon Anderson with 25, Francis with 16. We thank you for joining us.